Hey man, what you working on? Oh, I'm just working on the rebuild of this 5.9 for my engine swap. For your engine swap. Yes, the engine swap. What are you even swapping that into? It's going in the duster. You know, I get it. I think you're confused. I think you were going for a 5.9 Magnum swap. No, I'm not confused. But that's not a 5.9 Magnum. I know it's not a 5.9 Magnum. You should probably put a V8 in it. They belong in muscle cars. Come on, man. No, why would I want a V8? Black Smoke Monsters are cooler. I know. Black Smoke Monsters are cool, but diesels belong in trucks. Come on. It's my car. I can do whatever I want with it. Just get out of the garage. Whatever. Welcome back to Coal Duster Garage. Today we're going to be rebuilding the 5.9 Cummins. Not entirely, but mostly. Essentially just getting the long block done. And we've got a cart full of parts, and a bare engine block, and a little feller who kinda, sorta, maybe knows what he's doing at least 50% of the time. And with all of those combined, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Also, wouldn't recommend using a hammer for the little microphone bit. That gets kind of heavy. Before we just start throwing parts in this thing and slapping it together, gotta do some housekeeping, clean up some surfaces, and to do so, I'm gonna be using coffee filters. They make fantastic, cheap, lint-free rags. Consider that your tech tip of the day. I already went ahead and did some of the more boring stuff off camera. Got my oil clearances done, and we are ready to install the crankshaft, but before we do that, I'm going to install these brand new tappets. Just because of where they sit, it's not difficult to get to them with the crankshaft installed, but it certainly makes it easier without a crankshaft there. So we're just going to lube these up, drop them in, and then we'll lube up all the main bearings, drop a crankshaft in. It'll be fun. There we go, that's what I want. I want the goop. Give me the goop. Once I get all these tappets installed, I'm going to go through and lube the face of it with Lubriplate again, so that when we install the camshaft, everything is pre-lubricated. With all the tappets installed now and everything pre-lubed relatively well for now, it's time to remove these main caps, throw some Lubriplate on all of the bearings, get those nice and lubed, drop a crankshaft in. Time for the heavy lifting, I guess. I'm backwards, son of a bitch. Here we go. And gently in. Without crushing fingers. This crankshaft's real heavy, so if you're building a Cummins, I'd recommend having a friend help you. Or use a cherry picker. Don't just manhandle it in there. It's not very much fun. But it's in. 37. Okay, cool. With this engine, fuck.
One eternity later.
Okay. You work from the middle out, alternating each side as you torque. So you torque everything to 37 foot-pounds first, then 59, then 90 degrees. Is it this one now? Okay, I don't remember. Well, shit. Fuck. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, this one. God. Such a weird angle when I have to use my body to try and keep this thing from rotating more. Because if I just, I mean, I don't know if that wheel chock's doing its job or not, but we'll see. No, it isn't. There we go, all torqued. In theory. Oh yeah. That's good. Nice, smooth rotation. Not a problem at all. So there have been a couple of minor oversights. I forgot that the timing case needed to be installed in order to get this camshaft in there properly, because you can't install your timing case with the camshaft installed. So took care of that, got the oil pump installed, so we can throw a camshaft in there now. So I'm just gonna get my timing marks, well, timing mark set roughly where it needs to be. Religiously lube up the cam and send it home. Alright, now with the camshaft almost excessively lubricated, we're just gonna send the old girl back to where she belongs. In the engine. It's almost time. It's almost piston time. Pistons are almost ready to go in the engine. Got a couple things left to do. Well, not really a couple. Mostly just one. One piston, and that's cylinder 6. Got to get ring gaps figured out. Got to get oil clearance figured out. Actually got to swap the new piston and wrist pin onto this connecting rod. So come a little closer. We'll build that piston together, and maybe you'll learn something. Who knows? no, he's gonna do the walk-in from out-of-frame bit and sit down and ramble at us. Yes, I am. I'm gonna do exactly that. And if you like what you're seeing and you want to see more of it, you should like, comment, and subscribe. Especially if you want to see this engine in that car moving under its own power. It's gonna take a little bit, but we'll get there. We're just taking cool little baby steps at the moment, and eventually we're gonna make cool black smoke monsters and turbo noises. It's time. It's time to put the pistons in, and once those are in, we will essentially have our, long block, I guess, done. There's a couple other things I'm going to throw on. I'm just going to do it off camera. You know, usually I'm all for recommending cheap tool alternatives and whatever for XYZ, because you don't need to buy Snap-on exactly, or, you know, big tool brand names, but if I can just recommend, if you're rebuilding an engine, spend the money, get a proper piston ring compressor tool. Don't just buy like a one-size-fits-all one like I did. It doesn't work the greatest. It works good enough, but it's not great.
One week later.
So I broke an oil ring installing pistons because of a cheap piston ring compressor. So wouldn't recommend that. Don't do that. Just buy a nice one. Spend the money. It's worth it. I promise. But while I'm waiting on the new tool to be delivered, we got some head work to do. I got new valve springs, new valve stem seals, new retainers, and we're going to use the old stock valve keepers because they're perfectly fine unless I find a broken one. Then all this comes to a halt again. Shit. Yep, I see it. Yep. Where are we at? And a valve keeper. This cylinder head's quite heavy, by the way. I would guess probably about 180 pounds or so. That one's good. Okay, cool. Time to drop. And that keeper's in. Well. There. 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 Hit. Come on, get in there. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. That one's good. That one will be good. That one needs a little love tap. Yeah, just a tiny little love tap. Hup. Love. Stronger love. Cool, there you go. New valve stem seals, valve springs, and valve spring retainers installed. So this thing is just about ready to go on the engine, but gotta get the pistons in first. Still waiting on the tool. So that gets here, we'll get rolling. We're back in business. We have a much nicer piston ring compressor. These ones are nice because you just sit it on the block, shove a piston in, bingo bango bongo, you got a piston installed. So I'm just gonna re-lube all these cylinder walls really quick and start slamming pistons in this engine. Call it a day, you know. ARP. Okay, one jet is there. Please work. Hup, hup, hup. I said, hup. There we go. Hup, hup, hup. There we go. Got the engine mostly assembled. The main components are taken care of with the exception of the cylinder head. That's gonna stay over there on the workbench until I'm ready for it. I was trying to get the engine fully assembled, well, the rest of the way assembled, off camera. Ran into a snag, missing some bolts for the oil pickup tube, so can't bolt that up, can't bolt the oil pan on without that, and I don't really feel like throwing a cylinder head on because I don't want to flip this engine over more than I have to because it's heavy. But in the next episode, I should have the chassis stiffening kit for the car. So we'll be cutting and welding and doing cool stuff like that, and we're going to finish up the engine. Well, I'll finish up the engine off camera, but we're going to paint it, and then once the chassis stiffening kit's in the car, we can start working out motor mounts and get this girl in there. Could use some more lubber plate wherever I put it. Where did I put the lubber plate? Lubber plate. Lubber plate. Where you at, little guy? Where art thou? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep. I cannot get copyright claimed. I fucking misplaced my... Oh, never mind. No, I didn't. It's on the cart. It's on the cart the whole time.